All right. Early morning stream here for C1x. Well, 7:30 in Utah here. Did I say day 23 already? I don't know. Too early. Hopefully today's last day. Last day, let's clarify. Last day for getting the alpha version ready to go. There's still lots of coding to do, still lots of streams. But today is hopefully the last day for coding for version 0.0.1. That's what I'm going to send out in the first wave to testers. And then we'll keep coding, keep improving the app. Obviously, visually, it's got a long way to go, but yeah, we're hopefully going to get the rest of the functionality that I want in it today. So to start with, pull up our list here. There's 3 things that I had. These 3 tasks is what we're going to try and complete today. Screenshots is going to come at the very end. That's just so I have a couple graphics to use in a couple advertisements and to send to the beta testers just so they have an idea of what they're getting into. So we're going to do that as the very last thing. Clean up code and error message, that's something that won't take long, although I have 224 down here, but that'll go really quick. But I'm not going to do that until I actually finish coding. And the last thing we're going to do with coding is getting this round display view nice and aesthetic looking and marketable. Show off my art skills a little bit here. So this is the current round display view. And I brought up the issue in my previous 2 streams, I think, that I want this view, the scrolling is fine, I want to be able to show more detail, but I want the start of this view, what it looks like once you open it up, so this page, to be very easily shareable, marketable on social media. I want people to be able to look at this screen and immediately have a solid grasp of how their round went and a nice enough graphic that say they scored a tournament round in the app, they want to share it as part of their tournament post. That's what I intend to do. I intend to share it with my tournament posts. I already typically, and a lot of people I know do, post how they scored on PDGA Live. Obviously you can keep doing that. That's going to give you your rating and tournament performance. C1x is not a tournament management app, but it will give you a pretty good grasp of how you actually performed. So that's the goal. And to show off my lovely art skills, I spent some time yesterday, did a little bit of work off stream, not implementing things into the app yet, but kind of a rough sketch of this is what I want this view to look like initially. So this is where we're going to try and make it look like today. And then a lot of this information that's already on here is just going to be further down. That's going to be the goal, but we're going to try and create a nice summary here. We're going to have score information at the top, a little bar that shows bogey, par, birdie percentages. A very simplified scorecard like this. Holes are closer together. Scores are going to look slightly different. And then just some progress bar summaries based on C1x stats, C2 stats, etc., making these all look a little more visual. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. And let's close a bunch of stuff out. So after putting that rough drawing together, spent a little time with ChatGPT and at least got some code ready to go for how I want certain things to look. Not the way that it's in the app currently, so today we're going to be actually implementing it. But it's definitely a good start. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the date and I'm going to move it up here. We're going to get a little bit more space up above. Am I on the right view here? I am. Icon button. That's this. Okay, so I need to go find the date down here. Take that. Let's get rid of this. Then we're going to go right back up here. I want this to be centered, so maybe I throw another spacer in. And I drop that text in. Let's see how that looks. Yeah. I think that's pretty good. Everything should be fairly evenly spaced at that point. I think these icons are roughly the same size, so. Although there is less of the space over there. Width 15, 25, width 15. That one's 35, like, I don't think that's gonna make that big of a difference. There's just a lot of extra space over there. And I'm not sure why exactly that is. Because I added the same amount of space. I don't know if spacers is messing it up somehow. I won't say that's not possible. Space evenly. Not going to change anything. Center. Not going to change anything. Width 15. Not sure what's going on here. Press the dialogue and it pops up. I don't think that dialogue would have something to do with it. Like, I just want this whole thing to shift slightly. You can tell it's not quite centered. Oh, height 15. Ah, there we go. I'm an idiot. All right, so we added the date. That's good. This is going to be our course name. This is going to stay as is. I'm probably going to make that a little bit smaller. Just a little bit. Okay, I've got... So instead of par here, we're going to remove score. Main axis alignment. Center. So this actually isn't even going to be... I'll leave it as a row right now. I take that back just so if I want to add more elements to this line, I certainly can. We're going to say shot. I was thinking shot might sound a little cooler, look a little better. Maybe just score is better. Okay, we might leave that there for now. Alright, and I've got some notes to implement down below that graphic as well. We can get to that in a sec. Alright, so below this, we're going to have a progress bar showing birdie, bogey, par percentages. And that is going to be this code that I have largely copied here. I already have my file for round display graphics that's outputting all of these. And I think I'm just going to use the same one. Round display graphics. Perfect. Alright, so we have all of these. Return these graphics. I actually... I would like for it to be... Let's call this round display whole graphics. Yes, make refactoring changes. And then this one will be just round display graphics. Code examples. I need the material package. Okay, so score bar, ace equal birdie par, bogey, double bogey plus. It's fine. Colors we will change. I think I have some whole colors here. style presets. And we'll stick with that for now. So import this so I can reuse the same colors. Pull colors dot ace. Pull colors dot eagle. Right? That's what I called it. Pull colors, ace color. No, albatross color. Yeah, we don't need that. That's okay. Not for this bar. We're not going to show that. All right, so ace color. Let's just copy and paste this actually. And then I can go change them all. All right, so this one is going to be birdie color. Par. I don't like that it's not giving me any errors. I know I'm using the right thing here, but bogey color. Double. What did I call it? Just double bogey color. Double bogey color. Because that really is how I'm calculating it there. Okay. Ace, eagle, birdie, par, bogey, double bogey color. Final list. This is good. This is fine. We're going to show the colors. This more or less does the rest of it, I think. Font weight. I don't think I want it to be bold. We'll leave it as bold right now. I can change that. All right, so that's going to be our graphic. And then to call it, we're just going to use this here. We're going to hop back over to our round display, and then right below where we're stating the score. So here, we're going to throw this in. Get a little spacing there. All right, and then I just need to go import that package. And this is just going to be graphics. Did I do that right? C1x round management. Round display graphics. Oh, I never made it. Dart. There we go. Yeah, okay. So now I've got the score bar in here. I'm manually just setting these. Yeah. So I think this kind of gives you the idea of what I'm looking for. Let's go back to, definitely going to make a few edits here. Container. Maybe I pass a width to it as well. Round display. It's a double. Okay. Double screen width. Required this screen width. Alright, and then here I want width, screen width. Or let's go bar width. Let's just call it that. So I can at least set that wherever I would like. There we go. And so now on round display, when I call that, here we can go bar width, and I can call it screen width times 0.9. And so now if I save that, yeah, I've got some errors here. We're gonna have to reset the code for this one. We're just calling it, that works. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete all of this code. In order for me to reset it, I think I'm gonna have to comment all of this out, which is fine. We can still copy and paste it just fine. The other thing I wanted to do was make the text black. Now let's hit refresh. Let's see what that gives us. All right, text looks good. The width is not passing. Can I set a width on a row? No. So I don't know if this is actually working, but what I might be able to do is do this, wrap this in a size box, and then set the width here. Let's take it out here, and then let's refresh and try that again. Now that is expanding too far. Okay, let's go back to this. Here's where we're going to utilize a little ChatGPT here. I'm using your below code to show a bar graph with percentages for different whole scores. This expands to the full width of the screen. I need it to be a little shorter. I tried. Actually, this is silly. This is silly. Before I even use ChatGPT. Let me try a little bit on my own. Size box. Width. Screen width. Let's refresh it. Now it's really small. Strange. Okay. Not quite having the desired effect, so let's go back here. I'll grab this. Yeah, I did already try this. So I already tried. Factor, remove that widget. Width into a size box located just above the row within the hierarchy, and it instead expanded the bar graph to well beyond the screen length, past the full width of the screen times 0.9. Here's the corrected version. Okay, so child visible segments map, instead return a flexible here. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to this. Sure, let's try it. Let's try it. Required. Stop bar width. Sized box width, bar width. And then row, and then we're gonna make this, instead of expanded, a flexible. Do I have to change anything else? Main axis size min. Okay. Main axis size. All right, and then we just have to pass bar width, screen width times 0.9. Let's give that a try. I'm not super hopeful, but still full screen. It is still full screen. Am I actually doing this in the same way that it's suggesting? That's probably a good spot to start. Child row, main axis size min, children. Yep, return flexible, flex, yes, child, yes, height, yes, color. Alignment, child. Fitted box, constant to list. I copied your code and passed from screen width times 0.9 from the view I'm calling this code from. Bar is still full screen width. I am wrapping it in an expanded. Yeah. Not scorecard round display. What if I have to wrap it in expanded in the view because the view scrolls? Okay. Width. Adding it here too, maybe? Doesn't seem like that did anything. Nope. I added the screen width times 0.9 to the box as you showed, and the bar is still full width. This is my code calling it. Here. myself. Okay. Silly thing. Like I just don't want it to be full width right now. It works as intended. I want it to be a little bit smaller. I need to at least have control over that. Okay, so now the suggestion is take this back to expanded. We're going to leave bar width here, and then we're going to wrap this in an align. Align. Alignment, alignment, center. Sized box with bar width. All right, let's hit refresh again. Work for me. Hey. Beautiful. So now the bar is not full width. Align worked. Thanks. I wonder if I were to go like 10%, what it would look like on round display. 2, 3. So if I say this is instead like 0.2, 0.2, 4, so 0.5, and 0.1. I want to see if this still fits. Ooh, just barely. Just barely. What if I make this also like 9.5? Give it a little more space. I just don't want it to quite go to the edge. I think 10% is probably good there. All right, so I think that was a good call. So I had this code set up previously with ChatGPT to where if the percentage is less than 10%, it's not going to show, which is intended. So that's good. What happens if I go under? Everything still just fits to, okay, that's good. Good. I'm gonna get all the graphics in and then I'll go and actually update these values. Right now I'm just setting them. They're not actually pulling from the stats that we're calculating. But not crucial just yet. We will get to that in a sec. The next is gonna be our scorecard. So here I'm going to need a set of 9 too. Holes to display. 9 holes to display is equal to 9, 18, 27, 36. Okay, these are all good. These are fine. Number of rows. Var 9 number of rows is equal to round pars, round index, length divided by 9. If round pars, round index, length. Yeah. Minus equal to 1. Okay, perfect. And now I've got to do basically this exact same thing, but for 9 holes. So we're going to get rid of these two. So 9, 18, 27, 36. This is going to be 9 holes to display. Let's copy and paste this down. is less than 9. It's going to be 9, 18, 27, 36. I'll get rid of these. So right now I'm trying to set up the variables so that I can create this scorecard here. I want it to be a little more compact. So we're going to go 9 holes across instead of the 6 that I have currently. So we're just doing 6 holes because of the graphics I'm trying to show. This one's going to be a little bit simpler. So we're going to try and do 9 across because I want to condense everything down to a single page view that a user can easily export. That's the goal here. Alright, so this then becomes 9 here, 27, 36. I can get rid of the last 2 numbers on all of these. Alright, this is 9, 18. This is 9, 18, 27. This is 36. Alright, so now we've got our variable here. Let's get rid of this print statement. I don't need these, and then we're going to come down and more or less just mirror the code that I have here. But I do not want those graphics. I'm calling that out up here, aren't I? No, not an array yet. Okay. All right. So here we're just not going to have these at all. Set of 6. Number of rows plus 1. Okay. Whole par distance I want. Let's start with this. We'll go up here. Let's size box height 10. We're going to copy and paste that here. So I've got for each set of 6. Yeah, that's our column. Am I missing one here? Text, children, column, children, and row. Okay, so we've got our column, and then we're going to have... This actually really isn't even going to be set of 9 is less than 9 number of rows. So this is going to be a if set of 9 is equal to 0. Yep. And then this column can go inside of it. So I'm only going to show the whole par and distance labels on the first row. Otherwise, we're going to have another for loop that's going to match this. Whole round pars, round distances, and score. What is that spacing coming from? Oh, that was my divider that's added there. Okay, yeah, we don't need that right now. So we're gonna go grab this for loop, bring it up here. So right underneath the column, still within this row, we're going to then have the for loop for a column here, and then I should just be missing this. I was thinking, evidently not. That's the stack. Whoa. So this is the stack. I'm missing the padding. All right, after padding, text. Oh, I need children. And then the column. Yeah, there we go. All right, so this is going to be set of 9. Polls to display set of 9. This needs to be a 9. Whole, round parse, whole -1, distances, same thing. This is the part that we're then going to change. I'll leave it for a sec. We will adjust otherwise. This is fine. We're going to run this loop every single time for each row. For a number of rows, we're going to have the row. If it's the first row, we're going to have a whole par and distance. And then if it's this isn't quite right here. Only if it's the first row do I want these labels. Column. So this needs to have this. And then I need to take one out down here. Yeah. Got a little too much spacing in here, which is actually in the area that I'm going to remove regardless. So this runs if the set is 0. We're always showing the actual whole values, and then underneath children here. So if set of 9 is equal to is less than 9 number of rows plus 1. So this is 2, it's 3, this runs to 2. So it's equal to 9 number of rows. Then I want to show totals. So then I actually kind of do just need to copy this. Let's copy this column. Let's throw it down here. All right, so instead of whole, this is going to say total. Text is going to be our total par. How was I doing that? Calculate total par for round. Okay, perfect. Round pars, round index. Maybe I just do this. No, it doesn't like that. Oh, constant expression, whatever. Whatever. All right, so that's going to be our total par. Total distance, this needs to just be a calculate how does calculate total par for round work? Where is that math at? General math calculations? No. It's not round display graphics, or round display whole graphics, excuse me. No, round statistics? No. Single round calculations, perhaps? Single round score. Not there. I'm not sure. Calculate total par for round. Definitely working. Where else would it have come from? Round display calculations. Ah, there we go. There we go. All right. No, don't do that. Dang it. Calculate total distance for round. List int distances. Total distance. Okay, it works the exact same way as the par one, but in case I ever want to change it later, we'll create it as a new function. Calculate total distance for round. Yeah, and then it is just missing my quotation marks. Get rid of that. Get rid of this line. Add a const here. All right, so we've got our totals there. And I actually am going to want a whole par, distance, and score. I'm going to want the same thing here. I don't actually want a label, I just need a space for it. So this one, I'll, say SC, we're going to make it completely transparent. These blue lines are annoying me, so let's go take care of that. Okay, and then down here I can do a another text, and then I just need the score that we're already displaying up above, which is this calculate total score for round. And that's going to go right here. Okay. Yeah. So those are our totals. Let's see how far I actually got here. Missing something. It's got to be up here. Surely. 20, no, keep going up. All right, so we've got text. Above text is children. Column. The if statement. And then above the if statement we have yellow children, row, for loop. Yellow children, row, and for loop. There we go. All right, so we got rid of the error. Let's I didn't want to hot reload. Let's reset it, hot restart it. See where that puts me. Huh. So it's only giving me 12 holes. For set of 9. Set of 9 is equal to 0. Is there something up here that I'm not doing? 9 holes to display. Did I actually use that variable down here? Is that my issue? Set of 9. Yeah, 9 holes to display. There we go. There we go. It is going to be a tight fit. All right, so let's make these H, P, distance. This one will be transparent with the S. Total is going to be a single letter. I need to update the padding here, but I am going to just end up removing that. So we'll leave this for a sec. I'm going to change the way these scores look. And we're going to do that with the next set of code that I built with ChatGPT, which is down here. So we're going to take this, copy it, we're going to move it into our new round display graphics folder. Score individual whole score wrappers on round display. All right, this one we're gonna have to do the same thing. Our whole colors, ace color. The default value of an optional parameter. So what if I do required? How did I do this previously? Don't need this at all. I don't think I can just add constant in front of that, no. Default value of an optional parameter must be constant. So if I just instead say like const ace color is equal to colors.ace color. Nope, still getting me the same issue. What if we just move it down here? Are we fine then? No, not quite. All final variables. All right, let's go back to this here. All right, so back to ChatGPT. In the below code you gave me, I'm trying to use a whole colors class that I've defined in a separate folder. However, I get the error following the code. not treated as constant, even if it's defined like this. Doesn't work. Make all parameters required. Stateless widget, final, and par final. What if I don't want to pass ace color at all and just want it to be defined here and tied to whole colors, ace color? First suggestion wasn't good. Alright, fine. Fine. We'll do this. This is still setting optional values if it doesn't exist. These all exist and are used fine elsewhere. I don't want to have to declare optional colors for them. Yeah, that makes way more sense. Stupid. All right. Haha. That's much better. Birdie color. Bogey color, double, triple bogey. Triple bogey, worst color. Lovely. Alright, so we got that in there. And now to call it, we just need this. So instead of our padding here, so instead of these blocks, we're going to kind of make it look a little more like a golf scorecard. A little bit less color and distraction, I think a little bit cleaner. Round pars, user whole scores, and then round index, round index. Oh, so this is going to be this and whole -1, this and whole -1. Okay, we just added a bunch of code, so probably going to have to do a reset here. Okay. Kind of closer. When using this code, these circles and squares are fully covered. I just want them to be outlined. Let's go back to this color. Update the container. All right, so where are we at here? That's score bar. All right, score box. Container, width size, okay, decoration. So we just make this colors dot transparent. So that's just the color for the circle wrapper. If I 3, maybe. A little bit thicker. I need to, where's the black? Okay. Triple bogey is layers 3. Here we go. All right, on ace. So we're past circle wrapper child. Layers equals 3. Acquired int layers for each layer. I times 6. All right, so let's give this back to ChatGPT then. It's just so much faster to have it do this for me. With this current code, there is no spacing between layers. I don't think, I guess. Let's... What about like a double bogey? Layers. And the 3 layers on an ace make it so small that the text doesn't fit in the center. It is forced into offset. All right, we'll go down to circle wrapper here. And we're gonna snag this. Like so. Do the same thing with the box wrapper. So we're wrapping each of them in a little padding, and that should... Oh, I did do this a little wrong. That all needs to be tabbed out 1, and then this all needs to be tabbed out 1. Whoa! All right, that's definitely closer to what I was looking for. The width opacity is interesting. That is... with values. With values. All right, so let's go. Color with opacity is deprecated. What can I use instead? What about with values? Takes in a color with opacity. I like this. We're just gonna implement a new function here, color with opacity. colors dot red. So what? 255, 255, 255, and then on our up here, where did I just have it? Under the box wrapper, right? With values. All right, and so then here we're just going to return color with opacity, color, and 0.2. Did not seem to work. Let's hit a refresh and see if that fixes anything. Otherwise, I don't think it is working. No, this just doesn't work. Color dot from, let's go RGBO. Alpha is equal to opacity times 255. That's passing a update color with opacity to receive a material color in the form of, so I can pass whole colors dot base color to it. Maps of shade in a single color except material color. Base color dot red. I don't think that's how that's gonna work. Material color. Material color. Can I say material color dot red? Use dot R. That clearly doesn't work. Double can be assigned to type int. Base color dot red is deprecated. It suggests using dot R, but this returns a double, not int. All right, we're getting closer. We're getting closer here. I'm not passing shade, that's stupid. I don't need this. And we're just going to return this. Oh. And let's give that a try. Color with opacity. Double bogey color. This is, it's a material color. Like if I do that, yeah, then it's fine. Okay, weird. Oh, but it's saying that material accent color. What? Come on. Accent color. Material accent color. Material accent color. This is a little silly. It's still saying these don't work. Those are only material colors. How are these material colors and these are material accent colors? What makes the difference? Man, I wish I knew. I wish that I knew. And if I were to do... I may not even want this to begin with, so I really shouldn't spend a lot of time on it. But... Jeez. Yeah, I think I'm about to give up on this. Okay, screw that. Get rid of it. This just needs to be transparent. And this one hopefully already is. It already is. Yep. Okay, so that is certainly much closer to working as intended. Definitely still not quite there. There's some spacing issues here. And I think it is probably mostly because of... Am I not going to be able to get away with 9? I really want to get away with 9. Really, really, really want to get away with it. But that is a tight fit. It is a tight fit, I understand that. If I don't have whole par and distance, then I can. Alright, so I think what I'm going to have to do is we're going to have to get rid of this. And I can do the same thing if I get rid of totals. And then I'm just going to have to show those somewhere else. So maybe on this row, we show the score, and then I throw in like a column here, children, and then I throw in a couple texts. Because I want to show total par and total distance. I am already showing the score. So here we can go total par. Here I can go total distance. We can make these much smaller. And then this one needs to be calculate total par for round. Round pars, round index. Do calculate total distance for a round, and then this can be round distances, round index. We'll get rid of these. Same thing here. We'll go main axis alignment and we'll center it. These ones we will space evenly. Did I get rid of the total column down here? I did not yet. Let's do that. If 7, 9 is equal to number of rows, so we drop that. Now if I reset, we should get rid of this. The yellow and black lines here mean that I'm going beyond the bounds of the screen. And I'm testing it on the smallest iPhone. I've got to make sure it fits here first. So... that's not bad, actually. That's pretty close. Obviously, the ace number is still hidden. I don't love that. But everything else is really close. All of the code is working as intended now, and there is nice spacing, but there is still not enough room for a 1 inside of the 3 A strings and it is offset downwards and not visible as a result. So I'm going to do that. While it's giving me that output, I'm going to try just reducing the padding and see if that does the trick. So padding step, if I make it 2.0 instead of 3, that's much closer. So close. 1.5. Aha, now it's in the center. All right, that's what we're rolling with. 1.5. Those get a little bit bigger. It's like almost taking up too much space. Very, very close. But I do think that's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm going to call that good enough for now. I don't even need to look at ChatGPT's answer. I think that just updating the padding there is going to be good enough. I'll probably end up adding a background to the screen at one point. Maybe I'll make it black. I don't know. The birdie color is a little hard to see. But not crucial at the moment. Equal color, birdie color. Yeah. Okay. Let me open my graphic back up here. So next and last is our circular graphics for displaying the round info. So we got all the scorecard stuff, and then I'm going to do these little displays down here. And I do already have the code for this as well. So let's come down here. We're going to go circular progress graphics. And then we'll go to our code here, which is everything below for circular. All right, so I can delete wrapping whole scores. I can delete all of this. And now we're just on to this. Circular, copy that. All right, let's just use it and see where that gets us. Circular percentage indicator. So on our round display, we're then going to do a above the set of 6. So we've got our rows here. We're going to do the sized box. I'm going to throw another one right here. 10. And then we're going to go a for row equals 0, row is less than 2, row plus plus. For var call equals 0, call is less than 3. And then we're gonna plop, well no, so here I need a row. Yeah, we need to actually define this. Throw everything in a row. This is going to go inside of that row. Like so, comma, comma, back out of this, and then here we're going to throw in a column. All right, and then we need our, oh, no, not that. Then I need this. All right, the rows, we need these to really just be spaced evenly. The columns, I don't actually need, do I? I don't need a column here. Yeah, that's correct. We just need the graphic, the column we'll use when we're iterating over the for loop. Like that. Yep, they don't look great, but they are close, so they need to be much bigger. We can start with that. Size. All right, so we'll do one round of this in ChatGPT. Below is the code for circular progress indicators that you gave me. I need to be able to pass a screen size to these to make them larger, similar to what we did on the progress bar graphic. I also need to be able to update the text, pass through a different color for each bar, for each circular graphic. I have 6 of them. What else do we need to be different about them? And I need to make sure there's enough room for the number percentage to fit entirely inside of them. Also need to be able to, am I passing the labels already? I am passing the labels, okay. All right, we'll give it a sec with that. Oh man. We're close. We're close. And so ideally we make these a little bit bigger. There's way too much space in between them and the text. We can adjust that, but then ideally that kind of takes up the screen, and then users can scroll down and still get all this extra information, but not needed at the moment. This is already looking pretty spiffy though. All right, still typing here. Man, we're close though. In the meantime, the score, I won't update that just yet. Percentages don't show. Okay, we did that. That's done. Whole numbers on scorecard to be bolded. I do want that, so I just want the whole numbers here to be slightly bolded to make them stand out a little bit. Hopefully make it clear that they are not the pars. Graphics info. For each one. Whole style. This is font weight. Font weight. Bold. Yeah. Is there, can I make it really bold? Like, what is like weight 800? Is that just ridiculous? No? I can't tell a difference at all. Evidently there is. Okay. We can start with that at least. This is done here. So let's copy this. We're going to copy, paste, reset the app, and then see where we're at from there. Hit a reset. It didn't change a single thing. I copied your code and it didn't change a single thing. Do I need to pass? Does my call need to update? Is that what the issue is? Let's go down to where I have it here. Pull around parse. It's not that. Where are we at? Set of 6. No, it's right here. All right. So my call then needs to be this. Yeah, circle size doesn't exist, I know. C1x put screen width times 0.2. That made them smaller. The percentage text should go away. What should be displayed is just the percentage value already passed and the percent sign after it. There is also way too much padding. Like what, can I make it 0.3? That's a little bit better. Passing screen width times 0.3 should make all 3 progress indicators take up most of the width of the screen, but they are spaced out and maybe only take up half. There's also way too much space between progress indicator and the label below it. Okay, we're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. So once we have these graphics in, I'll go through the rest of these nodes. I made the whole numbers bolded. So we can take that out real quick. Double circle, double. These are all good. So it's going to be updating the text on this loosely, and then we're just going to go fix some code errors. And we should be about done. So we are quite close here. Let's see, nope. Go to this. Let's see if we actually got closer here. We're not passing this. Let's update. Yeah, that's better. All right, what if I pass 0.2 then? Text is very small. There should be a little bit more padding. That's kind of funny. All right, I need a little bit of padding, and the text should have a set. So the progress bar should be thicker. Can be thicker. The label text should be bigger. Can we make the ends of the progress bar rounded as well? Rev 4 here. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right, on the score, let's go up to where I'm displaying that. Excuse me. I kind of want this to be distinguished a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's go to, I do have an idea for this. I don't know if it's a good one, but we can try it. On the resume button on Throw It to Pros, I have some outline text. And I think I'm going to try and utilize that a little bit. Yeah, here we go. All right. So instead of this, we're going to do this. I need to copy this all. Like so. Yeah. Yeah. You can see the idea at least. 2, 4. Just doesn't look nearly as good as it does in Throw It to Pros, and I don't know why. Can I update the font family? Yeah, give me that. Okay. That's looking better. Looking better. What about blue? And I was at 25 before. I probably have room to make it a little bit bigger though with this other information I'm already displaying here. Yeah. I don't think blue's the best color for it, but I do think I'm a little closer. All right, let's go back to ChatGPT's final suggestion here for the circle wrapper. Individual whole score wrappers. That's the circle, not the right thing. These progress indicators. Get rid of that. Let's do a reset. That does look better. That does look better. How do I increase the thickness? It might just be that modifier right there. We'll try this first. 20. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I like that. Now I need a little bit more spacing. Can I go... sized box height 10? Is that something I can just add here? No. I can't do that. Okay, that doesn't work. How do I add a little bit more spacing between the indicator and the label? Font size box height. Oh, right here. There was already a size box. I was just putting it in the wrong spot. Yeah, man, it's close. It is close. Bigger label. What size is getting past here? A little big. Little big. Little small. Somewhere in the middle. Pretty please, thank you. Oh, it's just barely too big. Oh, that's so close though. That is so close. Wow. Okay, so. If I were to say this is good, right? Let's say it is. I can even, we can go up to or down to where I have that circular progress. Where is it at? Circular. Here we go. And we can make this, if I make this 0.19. A little bit smaller, fits a little bit better. All right, so let's say we roll with that for just a moment now. We're going to come up here and create a variable. Maybe I can just do this up here. Let's go, all right, whole graphics. Give me this. Give me this. Don't refactor. Round display whole graphics. All right. Static final circular progress labels is equal to. We're going to go C1x put, C1 and regulation, C2, C1 and regulation, C2 and regulation, C2 put, fairway, scramble. Okay, static final circular progress colors is equal to what color makes sense? I don't want it to be one of these colors. Maybe we just go red. Maybe that's a little silly, but okay, so on our round display now, for the circular percentage indicator, our label instead of this is going to be round display whole graphics dot circular progress labels, and this is going to be so 0, 1, 2 call plus 3 times row. And the color is going to be circular progress colors. Gonna have to reset that, I think, just because I created new variables. All right, in percentages, this one, I can probably just calculate those here. Certainly can. Circular percentages equals calculate. I'm gonna have to create a new variable for this one, round display calculations. Down here. List double, calculate circular percentages. No, I don't need this. I'm already calculating these stats. So Single round calculations. We'll just do it individually. This is silly. But alright, list. So this can be double. Calculate C1x putting percentage for round display. List string shot data. And then I think I can use my individual calculations here. C1x putting, so my single round calculation. C1x putting is that. That's returning single round. So all round stats is calculate percentage. Okay. So var temp holder is equal to calculate C1x holder. Can I do it like this? I think so. C1x putting. I need C2 putting. I need scrambles. I need fairway hits. I need, and then I need C1 and C2 in regulation. All right, so for each hole, I can take these, calculate circular percentages. We just need shot data, list, int, pars. We're not doing parked. So I've got fairway hits there. I need this for the C1 and C2 putting. These ones we're going to get rid of. These have to go inside of the for loop. Like so. Alright, so I've got fairway hit C1, C2, putting, I need scrambles. And that's the same thing actually. And I need user hole scores. Okay. Alright, so once I have total scrambles, then I'm just returning those things. And so all round calculations for, say, C1 in regulation would return 3 and 0. I need holes played as well. Yeah, that's fair. Single round calculations. I need a number of holes. Pars length is equal to pars dot length. All right, so we're going to then return. Is that close actually? I mean, don't tempt me there. Did it just make it really easy? They're out of order, but that's certainly not a big problem. C1 in regulation, C2 in regulation, C2 putting, And then fairway hits needs to go above scrambling. I mean, I think that's roughly it. And that's going to be equal to calculate circular percentages. Percentages, round shot data, round index, round pars, and then user hole scores round index. Is it just shot data? Shot data sets? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Maybe that's really easy. Let's go find circular here, and then our percentage is just going to be, I don't think the calculate percentage is right. I think this needs to be instead of calculate percentage, did I have like a calculate decimal? I think I did. Calculate to 3 decimals. So let's make a new one of these. We're gonna make it calculate to 2 decimals. To 2 decimals. To string as fixed. 2. And then our round display calculations. Do I have general math? I do. Let's go calculate to 2 decimals. I'm passing numerator and denominator. Is that the order I'm going in here? I don't know for sure. We'll find out real quick though. And now I think all we need to do is hit a reset and see if I'm getting the right stats. And if I am, cool. Did I not update it? Sure didn't. Let's start with that. What did I just call that variable? Circular percentages. That. Reset. Okay. I know these stats down here are accurate. C2 putting was 100%. I made one C2 putt. It was. Okay. C1x putting should be 67%. Circle 1 in regulation, Circle 2 in regulation are both 50. Fairway and scramble are both 50. Cool. Well, I wonder if black just looks better as the color for that. Under code examples, I've got this in there, so we're going to go delete that, and then I'm actually just going to remove the file. I don't need it. Delete. Move to trash. On round display graphics, let's just do 1 and see if I like that better. I gotta reset it. I think for at least right now, that might be better. And maybe I'll give the user some customization over how that's gonna look at a later date. But I think that's probably a good start. The numbers look good. The one issue I am going to have on the round display is I still need the label. So we need to pass the percentage here, column. So if percentage is greater than 0.00, we can do this. So what I'm trying to account for here is, let's say that the user had zero chances to even attempt to scramble in the round. Then I don't want to show like a 0% on the scramble stat. I just want to show an NA. Else, we're just going to show text here, here. We're going to make the label 40, and it's going to say NA. I already said that shouldn't have broken anything, but always good to double check. Yeah, so these still show as intended. Now, can I manually pass a percentage of 0? You can just comment this out, and let's say percentage 0.0. NA. Scramble doesn't fit, interestingly. Let's go font family, Lolita. I'm gonna want these to be the same thing. Whoa. Scramble fits there, just the NA that doesn't. We'll go 35. And it does just need to be black. It seems like it's not actually specifying that. Colors dot black. Yeah. Maybe I don't want the labels to be in Lolita. All right, what do we think? The only annoying thing here is that there's a little bit of, I can just add additional spacing. It's gonna, the hard part is making sure that this actually takes up the whole screen, right? So what I can at least do on this phone is I can add a larger spacing. We can make this like 30. But the issue is that once I pull this up on a really big phone, that is not going to be the case. But that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. The blue, I think I'm changing my mind on just immediately. Blue. That is the inside color. Like if I make that white, does that look stupid? No, I think that's probably better for now. Okay, so one thing I am going to add to the to-do list here, because I do think at this point I'm going to call it here for the day, is on our to add later. Update the way all graphics are shown around display view. Make it so that the summary view for marketing expands to take up a full screen height, and the other information isn't shown at all without scrolling on any phone size. Perfect. But otherwise, this is good. This is good. I am happy with this. This is a really good first start. Oh, I didn't update the scoring. I didn't update this. We're not done yet. Where's my bar? We got to return percentages. All right. Ace percentage, eagle percentage, those are things that I already have down here. Ace frequency. I just need it to be a decimal. So how am I displaying that down here? That's just with that stats holder, isn't it? Stats holder stat, yeah. Okay, so I think I'm actually going to need, we're going to do something similar here. We're going to go list double, calculate bar percentages. I don't know if I'm going to need all of those, but I might. And now we just have to go do kind of what I was already doing here. Number of holes I need. Pars.length. And then we need aces, eagles, birdies, pars, bogeys, double bogeys, or worse. We're going to do our for loop. And then here we need this, even par, bogey, double bogey, or worse, to just fit in right there. These are only for the, I think, bounce back stat, so I don't need that. And then we just need to calculate to 2 decimals. Actually, just I need the whole return statement here. Calculate to 2 decimals. This is going to be, the numerator is always going to be our birdies. So let's go total aces. And this will be number of holes. And then I just need, so we've got aces, eagles, birdies, pars, bogeys, double bogeys, or worse. When I'm calculating eagles, I am making it equal to 2, right? With the question being, am I actually taking into account ace is equal to 1, equal to par minus 2? What about albatrosses? That's not something I'm currently factoring in. Albatross or better. Int par, int user score. Is less than or equal to par minus 3. Return true, else return false. I want to show that on all stats. Dang it, dude. Individual stat, single round. Bar total albatrosses equals 0. C1 regulation. If albatross or better, pars hole, user hole, scores, hole, total albatrosses plus plus, bogeys, double bogeys or worse, current C2 bonus, I don't need these, single round calcs. This is where I don't want to mess things up because I know I'm using this in so many spots. So we're just going to have to add things on to the end, I think. Total albatrosses. 22. Add a comma here. That's what I'm going to return. If we go to all round calculations, format stats holder, We're just gonna have to add that in here. Stats holder dot add albatross frequency. This is close. Instead of 0 though, it needs to be 22. Or instead of 12, sorry, it needs to be 22. Albatross frequency, that's what I'm returning, and then I think on the all stats view I'm just displaying it. Stat descriptions, so I need to add albatrosses holes played. It's making me nervous, but let's just reset and see what damage I'm doing here. This is still fine. Stat persistence, am I doing this properly? Save all time stats, add stat totals, current totals, new round stats, load all time stats, erase. At the end of a round, update round score, round ID, new all time stats, add stat totals, single round calculations. That's how I'm calling it. So I'm calling this. Add stat totals, current totals, new stats, 18, 19, 20. I'm a little worried that albatross might have broken something. Let's go score a round real quick and see if I can throw an albatross in there. Throw in. Alright, so there's definitely an albatross. Let's just rep this out here. Let's go back, let's go to stats. Okay, doesn't seem like I broke anything. We're not displaying it here yet. So that's something we'll want to add real quick. Let's go to round display. Round display calculations. Up here, all right, and so this is, I'm still using the single round calculations. So then I just need to add this. We'll go albatross frequency. Now this only says 11. Oh, because it autofilled last time. That's right. So we make this 22, 22. Let's reload, and now I should be able to. Am I deleting it? Is that? I'm gonna have to go update that before I submit. Albatross frequency, cool. Okay. So that's good. I have albatross in there now. I am at least now counting it. And I started doing this because we're trying to update that bar graph, because I wasn't actually passing the values. So calculate bar percentages. If eagle or albatross, parse hole, user hole scores hole, Then we're going to add to eagles. Aces, we're going to add to aces. I don't want to count both of these, though, interestingly enough. So if it's an ace, then it's just an ace, and that's what we're calling it. Else, if eagle, oh, hold on. There we go. Else if eagle, so I do want to stack these on top of each other, because I do not want to double up. If it's an ace, if it's an eagle, if it's a birdie. Else if even par. Else if bogey. Else if double bogey or worse. We'll add to it. We're going to calculate to 2 decimals. We've got aces, eagles, birdies, pars, bogeys, and double bogeys or worse. And that's calculate bar percentages. So now on our actual round display view, I can call this function bar percentages is equal to calculate bar percentages. That. Did I actually need all of those? Shot data. I do not use shot data, so let's not pass it. Round pars. Isn't used, it's 100% used. You are just wrong there. It's used. No, it's not, because I just commented it out. I was testing the NA. Alright, so we'll get rid of that. The NA looks good. We'll add the percentages back in here. And then on the bar, we want, so ace percentage is going to be bar percentages 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'll go update these 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so now I hit refresh, and we should have our bar percentages working as well. Looks like they had already updated. 17, 17. 33 and 33, is that right? 6, 6, 3, and 3. Yeah, pretty much. It's rounding, so the percentages, like this is technically like 16.83, I think. And then this is a little bit of like 33 point. This is 33.33. Yeah. But that should be correct. Yeah, 16.7, 33.3. Okay. I think it's all working. As crazy as that is. This looks so good. I'm so excited about this. To get this nice output on my own rounds. But this only being the start of it too. Like this is, for this being the starting point of the app, this is pretty cool. Quite excited. All right. We're calling that done. Round display, done. Shared with a single screenshot. No, this is not the right one. Definitely still some revisions that will take place, and we're going to notice them immediately once I end this and go to a larger phone. So one thing we'll do right now is we're going to, let's go back. Let's go to the main menu. So I am no longer resetting these files. Again, we're going to keep it for the global list because I might update that with new app updates, but personal lists and all rounds, we're not going to delete those anymore. We're going to stop the app. I'm going to go in the simulator. We're going to open a new simulator. We're going to go with the, let's just grab the 16 Pro. So this is the phone we're going to use for our larger screenshots. I'm going to close this guy out for now. While that is loading, it'll probably pop up pretty quick, but I'm going to start going through these unused imports. So these are just packages that I had imported at one point, but I'm not actually using the code in them. And we don't need them. So there's going to be a lot of these, but as I delete them, you're going to see the error count here start to go down pretty quick. And then once this loads, I'll go and get the app running on it. So we can have that loading while I'm cleaning up these code items. Tutorials completed. Do I not have a tutorial for the all rounds view? I think I made that as a conscious decision, but no, I do. Oh, I'm not using it here though. Yeah, no, that's fine. Is this up yet? No, loading. All right, let's go to the next one. So we started in the 200s, I think. I might have gotten rid of some of them just with as I was coding the new graphics, but we're getting there. Delete these. So everything highlighted yellow means that I am declaring a variable, I'm declaring a package, but I'm just not using it anywhere in the app. So, all right, print statements we will get rid of. Right now, typically I'm adding print statements to debug, and I'm not actively debugging anything at the moment, so all right, this is up. Let's go to main and run it. Oh, we got to get the right device here though. 16 Pro. Run. There we go. Okay. All right, lots of local variables here. Delete. So each one of these pops up as an error. That's why we had the 200 something down below. These shall go away. I don't think I need. I didn't just delete something important, did I? I don't need these. You sure? I'm not convinced. I don't know. Container. So some of these I'm probably actually going to end up leaving. IPs. Quick fix. Ignore avoid print for the whole file. Yes. Let's save that. We'll close these out. We'll close that out. Close that out. More unused imports right here. This isn't used. This isn't used. Let's get rid of that too, just because. Only one unused package here. Lots of unused variables, course units, course whole averages. It's a little slow to load, I think also in part because I'm trying to launch the new app on this simulator. If I comment something out, am I going to get an error immediately? No. That's my concern, is I'm pretty confident that I'm using, yeah, there we go. but I'm not using these. Nope, okay. Not using this. Not using this. Okay. Let me get rid of that. Did pop next, I don't need. Welcome message shown. This is me trying to troubleshoot that tutorial running twice. Print round ID on display. Print round IDs. Alright, lots of unused imports here. I guess I'm really not using any of these because I haven't built out the view yet. That's fine, we'll delete them for now. I can add them back as I need to. I don't need material at all here. Okay. Get rid of this. Get rid of round locations. Const. Then it's going to want these to go away. Still in the process of launching here. There we go. Alright, what else? Unused package. Unused packages. Am I under 100 yet? Yeah, we're under 100 at least. Alright, we're getting there. Get rid of the print statements. Get rid of the print statements. More unused packages. Gestures. Okay. Okay. Get rid of the prints. Don't need that. Don't need that. Don't need that. Only one unused import here. Flutter is, I think, slowly getting to the point. It's almost running the app. Close. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Lots of packages here. Not using anything on this one. That's fine. Don't invoke print. Couple unused imports here. Couple here. Couple here. Alright, I'm going to give it a sec to let all of these reload. There we go. Alright, fairway hits all rounds isn't used. Unused package. Couple unused imports. Don't invoke print. Unnecessary. Okie dokie. Sure. Don't invoke print. Which is fine. Const. There we go. Same thing here. Unused import here. Doesn't want that one at all. Okay. 3 shots ago is not used. These 2 aren't used. Unused package. Get rid of these. Doesn't want this one either. Not used. Not used. All right. Okay, give that a second there. It just told me it wasn't being used. Try removing the variable or using it. It's used right there. Do I never actually pass it though? That's interesting at least. Like if I comment these out, I have no errors. Okay, I see what it's saying. So it seems like I should just be able to delete all of that. It makes me a little nervous, but it's not doing anything. Am I ever using 2 shots ago? 3 shots ago is literally only used right there. What about 2 shots ago? I am passing that one. Okay, so I think I can actually just get rid of this and it's fine. I hope. Unused import. Unused import. Import of this package is unnecessary because it's provided by material. Okay. Don't invoke print. Oh, it's trying. It's trying. All right, so we're down to 6. That one I just got rid of, so that should be updating. There we go. And now it's just unnecessary instances of container. So those 5 bugs I'm going to ignore just because I intend to add background images, and that's why those are commented out. Once I add a background image, I need the container. So it's giving me a message like it's running. There we go. Not now. All right, so let's give a reset so all of these will save. Once they go away, I'm going to go close most of these files out. And then we should be good to go. I'm going to try scoring around real quick to make sure that, just make sure I didn't break anything just with what I was just going through. I don't think I did, but probably worth double checking before I try to push this out for a first round of testing. Save around, get rid of these, gone, gone, gone. Okay. No sign in, tutorial looks fine. Stats is fine, all time, not an example round. If I tap here. Yeah, so this was the one concern I had, is just that, which I don't think is going to be too hard. But just on a larger phone screen, you're going to get this little clip of information down below. But this still looks good. The spacing still all looks good. No complaints there. Love it. Let's score around real quick. Shoot, actually, before I do that, the point of grabbing the larger phone was to take some screenshots. So let's go back up to this. So we just cleaned up all the code in the error messages. We made the round display view more shareable. Let's grab a few screenshots here. I think that looks pretty good. Let's go. Let's delete it and then all stats. Let's take a screenshot of this. I'll grab one of all rounds. I don't think I'm going to use it anytime soon, but it probably can't hurt. Let's go to Fort Gold's. C1 basket. Hole 2, part 3. Let's go fairway, C1 basket. Let's grab a screenshot of this. And then let's grab a screenshot of this. And I don't think is the undo button still working as intended? Probably doesn't hurt to go give this a double check here. Yeah, looks like we're still good there. All right, let's delete the round real quick. And then courses. Let's take a screenshot of this. That's a good idea. Okay, I've got my screenshots done. C1x alpha version is finished. That was another 2-hour stream this morning, which is so much longer than I thought that was going to take, but wow. Yeah, I was thinking I was going to be done by 8. It's finished, though. Pretty cool. 23 days. 23 days of, 1 to 3 hour streams. I think I had a couple 3 hours there at the end. So we were definitely 2 hours today, but this is it. We got this view. With this view existing, certainly I'm going to make some changes to this stuff down below, but right now it's just extra information, and we saw the explanations of what those graphics are down here. So not too bad. I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, we're going to call it there for today. A little surreal. So today I've got to get the app pushed to Google and Apple for review on testing. I'm going to get an email drafted to go out to all of the C1x beta testers. I sent one out earlier this week to the Throw with the Pros testers. I know I mentioned that in a previous stream. Try to get a few additional testers. I think I've got maybe 10 or so right now. Google's going to do their stupid thing where they require that I have a certain number of testers on Android for 2 weeks before I can even submit the app for launch. So I need Android testers always. So if you know anybody that's on Android and all they have to do is download the app, take a look at it, that counts. So Google is really strict on the number of testers they could give. Keep it PG. They could not care less about what they actually test. Of course, I want people to use the app, so dig into it, use it during your rounds, give me feedback. I want all of it, but have to hit that minimum requirement. So yeah, I'm going to get it pushed out through testing. We're going to get this newsletter set up, use some of those graphics to send out within that email. And then I'm going to get this thing on my phone so I can start using it because I am excited for it. And then on my personal Instagram, I typically do one post after every tournament, which is how it went. Very general, very brief, but you're going to start getting this graphic included with it. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay. That's all I got for today. I still got some work cut out for me, but nothing else on stream. So that wraps it up for alpha version of C1x. Going out of town for the next few days. We'll not even have internet really, so no more streams until early next week at the earliest. But we're not done. We're still going to keep building the app, still going to keep improving. But the alpha version is finished. So testing will hopefully go live on Monday next week. I could start it earlier, but I don't want to start it, leave town, not have the ability to fix any issues that might come up. So I'm going to wait to start it until I get back. What else? We'll get testing going. We'll keep coding. I'll push out updates every couple weeks to testers. We're still racing to the finish line here for a launch. So, yeah, that's all I got. We're going to call it there. As always, anybody who finds us after the fact, thanks for being here. Leave comments down below with any feedback on the app, anything you want to see. But otherwise, we're going to call it there for today. And